Joe Pag Show. Motown Monday. Pleasure to have you along for the ride. 1-800-383-9624. We will get to plenty of your phone calls in a moment here. First, though, I've got to give you the 5 takeaways from this Donald Trump tax announcement or this release by the New York Times. I've got to give you that because it's important. It's important because the belief is that you have to see what the Times released, and you have to understand he's no good. He was cheating the system. He was cheating you and me, the taxpayers, and we'll get into that in a little while. But at the end of the day, what we really have here is the New York Times floundering. How scared must the Times be? How scared must the Clinton surrogates be? How scared must the left progressive media and left progressive movement in this country be that they would look at this release and say, got him? I mean, did they really not take a second to see if she's done the same thing? Really? Did they really not take a second to see if he's done anything illegal? Look, if he did something illegal, let's talk about it. If he didn't, I'm not sure I understand. So here's what the Independent Journal Review, IJ Review, has published today. The 5 things that you take away from the New York Times releasing these 3 pages from more than 20 years ago. Number 1, it was totally illegal. Despite the loopholes in the deductions employed by Mr. Trump in his 1995 tax documents, such as the net operating loss, NOL, it was all perfectly legal. The tax experts consulted by the Times said nothing in the 1995 documents suggested any wrongdoing by Mr. Trump, even if the extraordinary size of the loss he declared would have probably attracted extra scrutiny from the IRS examiners. That's the first thing. Second thing, the documents are legit. The New York Times spoke to Trump's former tax guy, Jack Mitnick. I think it is Mitnick. He told the Times that the signature on the papers is his. He also noted a peculiarity in the type of format that further verifies the authenticity of the documents. At the time, Mitnick's tax software did not allow 9-figure incomes or numbers to be entered into it. So on line 18 of the New York document, he had to manually add a 91 in front of the previously entered $5,729,293, making it $915 million, so on. This resulted in a slight misalignment. Trump took a massive loss in 1995. Trump declared a net operating loss, NOL, of $915 million plus. The Times reports that the NOL, which is employed by many wealthy people, allows a dizzying array of deductions, business expenses, real estate depreciation, losses from the sale of business assets, and even operating losses to flow from the balance sheets of those partnerships, limited liability companies, and S corporations onto the personal tax returns of men like Mr. Trump. In turn, those losses can be used to cancel out an equivalent amount of taxable income from, say, book royalties or branding deals. Such an NOL would have been large enough to wipe out more than $50 million a year in taxable income over 18 years, per the rules in 1995 of the IRS. Again, nothing illegal here. It was previously reported by Politico. It appears as though Trump paid little to nothing in 1991 and 1993 in personal income taxes as well. The next thing that you need to take away from this is the early 1990s were bad for Trump. The Times had various tax experts analyze the recently released documents, and they concluded that Trump's $916 billion loss in 1990, it's million, not billion, there were a billion here, in 1995 likely included previous losses from the early 1990s when his casinos and airlines were losing staggering amounts of money. Trump declined some charitable opportunities is the last thing you take away from this. The New York Times admits that the minimal information provided in the documents doesn't reveal much about Trump's charitable donations. However, it does show that he actively declined the opportunity to contribute to the New Jersey Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund, the New Jersey Wildlife Conservation Fund, or the Children's Trust Fund. He also declined to contribute $1 toward public financing of New Jersey's elections for governor. So that's what you take away from it. That's what was really in the documents. It doesn't show anything untoward, doesn't show anything illegal. All it does is show that he used the laws to his advantage, as you and I would, and as Hillary Clinton has. What's interesting about that last part, Carrie, you ever see that where it says we like to donate $1 to the presidential fund, to the governor's fund?
Yes.
Have you ever said yes?
I have never said yes.
No, screw that. I'm not giving you $1 of my money. Say, I need that $1.
Exactly.
So, I mean, the Times tried to act like that was somehow bad of him. And listen, I give to charities every month. I'm actually on this thing where I give to charity every month. And I don't broadcast it much. I've got a few favorite charities of mine. I've got some that I've turned down. Like, and you can get mad at me if you want, but I'll go ahead and put it out there. Komen for the Cure. We have some sort of race for the cure or something in San Antonio every year that I took part in once until I found out that this organization was giving money to Planned Parenthood. I've decided to say no. So if somebody wants to say that Joe Pags is a no good, SOB, and many people say that, Carrie, stop. If they want to say that and they say, well, look, he turned down, he hates women with breast cancer. Well, that's not true. My mother has suffered through it and has done very, very well. And I've got other relatives who have suffered through it, and I donate my time, my money, however I possibly can. I just don't donate to this one. Because if you're going to give a grant to Planned Parenthood that actively kills unborn children and was founded on the notion that the undesirables in our land should be snuffed out, like, black folks and so on, I don't want to help an organization like Planned Parenthood. So if an organization is giving money to Planned Parenthood, money that I might have donated, I'm not okay with that. And that's Coleman actually stopped it. Remember when they stopped this a couple of years ago? They said, we're not going to do it anymore. And the whole left media and progressives in this country had a freaking fit.
They went crazy.
And then Coleman gave back in and said, we will start giving those grants again, which is ridiculous. They should never have given in. I really applauded them when they stopped giving it, and then I was going to actively take part and help them out in their charities again. But Trump has his own reasons. He's a free, liberated American. He can give to whatever charitable donation he wants to give or charitable company or organization he wants to give and not give to the ones he doesn't want to give to. I don't know why that's a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. He earned the money. He's allowed to give where he sees fit and not give where he sees fit. So the Times tried to make something when there isn't anything there. I want to talk to you about taxes and taxation in general when we come back. Plenty of time for your phone calls, too. Did you immediately think Donald Trump did something wrong? Was this a game changer for you? And are you stunned and startled that Hillary Clinton employed the same exact tactic when she had the opportunity to? 1-800-383-9624, joepags.com. Stay here.